What is up, everybody? I am trying to figure this out good on my channel. There it is. Oh, live. Turn down my volume. Manager, moderator. Yep, we know all that. We all know all that. Yeah, we do. Real quick, going to do a mic test. So I am going to mute mine and turn up the volume on the whatever. You know how that works. Alright, sounds good to me. I am being lazy but active. Alright, so cut me some slack. This is the live edition. Basically, we're just going to watch the races. I'm having fun playing this game, but I don't have time to edit the videos. Plus, I lost all the videos beforehand, and I will show you at the end of the race that I basically have won points in every single race except for Monaco, and I don't know what happened to the recordings. Probably my stupidity. I was probably deleting a bunch of stuff to download another game and just wasn't paying attention to what I was deleting. However, here we are in Barcelona at the start of the race. Nico Hulkenberg starting P20 because of a penalty. If I would have known he was going to start P20, I wouldn't have sent him out in qualifying and ruined tires. I just wouldn't have done that. If I'm not mistaken, he originally got... Oh no, I don't like the way that looks. I don't like that softs, bro. His softs are going away too fast. Let's go in here and edit this one. See exactly where it is. Mount lap 20. Go in lap 19. Maybe lap 18. And then this one, we can push back to that lap. Maybe gain some spots with him. So we're going to update that strategy for him. Update, yes. We like that. And now we are going to go over here and check out his strategies. Are they about the same? They are going to be about the same, aren't they? Yeah, I can't do that. I'm gonna just do the same thing, honestly. They're so far paced. Let's see, 18, I believe it was, and then boom, 49. We'll do 49 for that one. Update that strategy. He is P11, P20. Hopefully we don't lose a lot of spots. Softs. Shoot. It's gonna mess up a lot of things, actually. I'm at a weird spot in the game where I am running out of engine parts and all those other fun things, so now it's going to be all... See if we can just keep it up. Just see if we can keep it up. But let's go ahead, jump into the race.
The stage is set here in Barcelona as we get ready for 66 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. A lot of people will be keen to see just how Zhou Guanyu will fare today.
What can they manage from 18? It'll be interesting to see, that's for sure.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, P11, P20 for my guys. Let's see if anybody can move up. It looks like Magnussen right there next to Alexander Albon going into turn number 1. Can anything happen? Logan Sargent up there as well. He's P13 at the moment. Kevin Magnussen looking like he's going to close that door. No, they did not. Alexander Albon came right back on the inside there. And he's going to be the one to close the door on Kevin Magnussen. So we're going to take a look back here. Hulkenberg just being shut out by Oscar Piastri and Guanyu Zhou. I couldn't see the names, but I could see the cars. I knew it was Oscar because I saw Lando. I don't know where Bottas is. Bottas up in P16 at the moment. But my man Nico holding up the back of the pack. So we're going to go back and watch our man Kevin. Kevin's been doing great this season. He's scored all the points for sure. There's a couple of races we did get double points in. But for the most part, Kevin Magnussen, except for Monaco where nobody scored any points, Kevin Magnussen scored points in every other single race. Nico Hülkenberg being the one struggling so far, so right now he's probably going to be the one to go. I have actually debated switching him out early for a younger driver. I don't know how young, maybe someone with some experience. I'm thinking bringing back Mick Schumacher. Because, I mean, honestly, I like Mick Schumacher. I was kind of hoping he'd do well. But we can help him do well here. Alright, so one lap down. We're not going to sit here and be aggressive on these tires that are, in fact, really, really bad already. What we are going to do, high overtakes, rarely defend. I wish we could do that at the beginning. Because I always forget about this until I go to change their tires back down. Alright, Kevin Magnussen still on the heels of Alexander Albon here in lap number 2. Can he make a difference? And then there's Lance Stroll up there, P9. But we do have Pierre Gasly right behind us. And I will show you again at the end of the race how these standings are going. We are P5 right now, ahead of the Alpines, but the Alpines very close behind us. I think they're like 4 or 5 points behind us right now in the standings. But then there's the Williams, and I believe McLaren. They also have points, but they are way behind us. Alright, so I forgot about these. We're going to top him up, and we're going to turn his off, because he's somewhere where he can make a difference. Let's look at Nico Hülkenberg here for a little bit as he's behind Guan Yu Zhou, but he's right there behind Guan Yu Zhou, so maybe, possibly, he can make a difference. We're going to keep him on the charge, see what he can do here in this race. Get his stuff up. I want to do the same thing to Magnussen, but he's already losing out to Alexander Albon, which is not what we want done here. It's not what we want done here at all. We are going to use their gas more because gas will obviously, it'll come back. It will come back. Alright, Magnussen, we need you to catch up, but we also need you to have this. We're gonna top up. It'll slow him down a little bit, but it won't slow him down a lot. Maybe he can make a difference here. So since Nico Hülkenberg, back of the pack, is closer to making a pass at the moment. Well, actually, there's Magnussen right there on the straight with DRS, but so does Albon and Gasly behind us. We're leaving Sargent behind. Who knows? Maybe I can make a trade for Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent's young. He's doing well here in the game. Not in real life, but he's doing well in the game. Piastri, I don't know what Piastri's doing. Obviously, the McLarens aren't as well. And then we missed the pass. And Nico Hülkenberg, okay, he's fighting side by side right now. He hasn't gotten the overtake just yet. Around the outside, these last 2 turns he goes, but he's got the speed. Is Guan Yu Zhou going to get in there? I don't know. They're still side by side. It looks like Nico Hülkenberg is going to pull ahead. His soft's doing better than those mediums. Nico Hülkenberg up 1 spot to P19. Now looking to hunt down Oscar Piastri. Hopefully he can do that. The higher up we can get him, the better. Kevin Magnussen, he is putting a little distance between him and Gasly, but he's got to get in front of other cars if he wants to make that gap bigger. That's science. That's just how that works. Completely interrupted. Interrupted my whole train of thought there. But within the first 5 laps, we do have 1 racer moving up the pack a little bit. Both my drivers topping up their ERS. So hopefully they get some ERS at some point. Magnussen still within the second to Alexander Albon. Hopefully he can keep that. And we're going to go back and look at Nico Hülkenberg as he's catching up to Oscar Piastri and Yuki Tsunoda at the same time. I'm hoping at least, he can make a difference here. Maybe move up a couple more spots. I don't know if I can get him into the points. by the end of the race, or if he can get himself into the points by the end of the race. But if he can make, he's got to make a big difference for me to want to keep him. But right now, Nico Hulkenberg in the game is not doing what I need him to do. Not doing what I need him to do at all. Ladies and gentlemen, if you come into this live stream at all, let me know if I should just completely start over and do all the lives. Because right now I don't want to start over. But if you guys are interested, I will 100% do so.
We'll just see what we can do.
I'm thinking with the progress that I have right now, points, we're doing fantastic in the points. This first season's going well. If I can just save my money, I'd be pretty well, honestly. If I can just save my money, I'll be decent.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Yellow flag, is it big? Is it a safety car? VSC? VSC helps. Alright, so with VSC on, harvest, conserve, conserve, harvest, conserve, conserve. Wasn't Hulkenberg, was it? No, it was Sonoda and Piastri. But I didn't see the thing pop up to let me look at it. I was responding to somebody when it happened.
We need to back off.
So with Sonoda and Piastri gone, that is 2 more spots that we can move up, which is going to help Nico Hulkenberg. Time penalty for Oscar Piastri, who's already out of the race, so that's going to put him in last place, I guess. I don't know how that works. But now we wait for the VSC to go away. We're actually going to skip this. I don't know why I'm sitting here watching this. We skip it. Race control, virtual safety car coming to an end. And I'm not going to top up anymore. They are pretty high. We're going to keep them where they are. We're going to push, push, standard, standard. There we go. Let's see if anybody can do what they're supposed to do. Magnussen, well over a second behind Alexander Albon. So we need him to catch up. We need him to catch up. Hulkenberg, well over a second behind Bottas. So if we can get both these people underneath a second, but I don't want to use any more tire, because it looks like Hulkenberg is where he needs to be to finish the stint. And so is Magnussen, who just lost his position to Pierre Gasly, which isn't good. But maybe we can come back. Maybe, just maybe we can come back. This is possibly what I also get for simulating qualifying. Maybe because I did the simulating of qualifying just because, well, but I forgot when you simulate they use more than one tire. So maybe I ruined that. I'm not going to do that in the future. Also, if you come in here at all whatsoever, let me know if you'd rather watch just the race or qualifying and the race, because I can do both, which qualifying really won't take long. We don't sit here and watch it. I just send them out and let them do their lap. But anyway, Kevin Magnussen under a second to Gasly. Maybe if he can get and stay there, get that DRS, maybe to help him catch back up to Albon as well. But we can see Pierre Gasly just kind of left him in the dust there. Nico Hulkenberg, however, also, as Bottas makes a pass on Lando Norris, Lando Norris is now giving that DRS to Nico Hulkenberg, so that is fantastic. And just in case you are interested, looking at the side here, Verstappen almost 3 seconds ahead of the leader, so nothing new there. However, the championship race is somewhat close. If you look at it, I'll show you at the end. Verstappen not that far ahead of everybody. What is this, round 7, I believe? I believe it's round 7. So through the first 5 rounds, we got points. Monaco, we didn't get points. And then here in Barcelona, as of right now, points do not look like they are in our favor. We have Kevin Magnussen back here struggling to keep up as he's over a second behind, what's his name, Alexander Albon, as he was passed already by Pierre Gasly. And the Alpines, they are moving forward. It looks like after this race, if the race was to end this lap, Alpine would definitely pass us and we would be 6th, which is still our objective for the season. So no worries there. No worries whatsoever there. We'd love to see that. We're going to go watch Hulkenberg, as he looks like he is in more action than Kevin Magnussen at the moment, following Lando Norris in that McLaren, who has not made the proper upgrades they need for the season like they have in real life. As we've been watching the real life Formula 1, we all know that McLaren is doing good. I don't think by Barcelona they made the changes. I think it was in Silverstone, which we haven't raced yet. We have not raced in Silverstone just yet. Well, here we go. Nico Hulkenberg side by side with Lando Norris, fighting for P16. Will he get it? He's trying the outside once again. The outside has been his friend in the past. Front wing on that back tire, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it around here, as Lando Norris will shut the door on that attempt. But we have more laps to come. More laps will happen. So we look at everybody's tires. We're not the worst, as you can hear my fire alarm. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, fire alarm has been turned off. One of my roommates must be cooking with the oven, and they opened the door without turning on the vents. I'm not sure what happened, but Nico Hulkenberg using the fire alarm to his advantage there. Going around the outside, looks like he's going to lose it once again. Another attempt failed. But there's a yellow flag. What kind of yellow flag is it? Do we see any big differences out there on the field? Doesn't look like it for sure. Nope, it is Carlos Sainz locking up on turn 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Now this was at turn 1.
Looks like it's Carlos Sainz versus Charles Leclerc.
And hopefully there's not too much damage to the tires.
That's all we can do is hope. And here comes Nico Hulkenberg down into turn 1 on Lando Norris. Once again, they've been fighting these past couple of laps, and it looks like it's going to be Lando Norris out on top once again. But looking at tires, our softs aren't too bad compared to the others. Not at all, really. We're not doing bad. Looking at Magnussen, he's still slightly over a second behind Albon. So we're going to keep watching Nico Hulkenberg here. Verstappen now over 4 seconds ahead of second place. It looks like he's going to run away with this one. Perez looking to try to take second place away from that Ferrari. We'll see how that works. Magnussen back up to P11, as it was Carlos Sainz who locked up. Magnussen did get that overtake while he was on the side of the road. Hopefully we can stay there. Hopefully we can stay there. However, here in this part, we have Lando Norris helping us catch up to Logan Sargent, who I am scouting Logan Sargent. I don't know if he's doing well enough for the game to be like, yo, extending your contract. I know in real life he is struggling. I'm kind of hoping the man picks it up. I'm really hoping the man picks it up. Really. Gas still looking good. Plus 0.2 over, so we're going to keep using it. We're going to go a little under what we need, and then hopefully we can just catch up by the end of it. We got some baseball stats popping up on my phone. Don't know if we heard that. But I am going to silence my notifications because I completely forgot that they were unsilenced. I'm not going to lie either. This game looks so much more beautiful. So much more beautiful. Way more beautiful. This game looks way more beautiful. Either way, this game looks better. Way better than Formula 122 Manager. I'm not going to lie. I love the upgrades to the graphics. The fact that it's just a tad bit harder to do anything. Because by now, I think I would have had like 2 or 3 researches done. Maybe, possibly. And then my car for the next season would have been fighting definitely for podiums. Maybe not for championships, but definitely for podiums. So I've yet to come to the part of the game where I start a second season, so I don't know. But with all the extra parts that I have to buy and manufacture for my cars and how much time that takes, this is definitely making me want to upgrade my engineers so I can have more engineers to do more projects all at once. As you can see down here below, we have entered. Well, we haven't entered, but basically what that is saying is we're coming close to our pit window. My DualSense controller battery level is low, so that's not good. Luckily, I can change that out. I am curious about something though. We see Lando Norris making a pass on Logan Sargent, so now we're behind Logan Sargent, fighting Logan Sargent. So I was kind of hoping we can get in front of Norris first, but doesn't look like that's going to happen that way. But being curious about something, I'm going to test something out real quick, and I'm just going to do another mic test, as one would say. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so it does work. It does work. I don't know. Just hang with me, guys. We're on lap 15 of 66, and there's a lot of talking to do until maybe somebody comes in here, helps me out. Not a lot of action, so on the shorter version, this definitely won't be a problem. But for now, still watching Hulkenberg, trying to catch up to Sargent. Look at Kevin Magnussen, though. Kevin Magnussen has made big gains on Alexander Albon, looking for maybe a shot to get into the points. And we are going to somewhat help him out here. We're going to wait just a little bit here. As we get up here to the last turn, we're going to deploy his stuff. He's going to have the DRS, the ERS. He's pushing on the gas. Down to turn number 1 he goes. Still behind Alexander Albon. He was looking to pull out, but there is a yellow flag. Not sure where on the track it is, but it's Sargent running wide, so it looks like Hulkenberg is going to get another spot there as he moves up to P16. Hulkenberg making more moves up forward than Kevin Magnussen is at the moment. And then looking P12, wow. Carlos Sainz still P12. Thankfully, still P12. Thankfully indeed. Alright, so Nico Hulkenberg under a second to Lando Norris as he's looking to catch up. We're going to go back to Kevin Magnussen. He is very close, and he's going to go ahead and deploy his ERS once again before that DRS flap opens up down into turn number something. Nothing there, but he is closer. Hulkenberg, your turn. Get closer. Get to where you can do something. That's all I need. I just need y'all to get closer. Pit strategy is open. Deploy this one more time. He doesn't get it here. He just doesn't get it. Up into the points now as Russell is in. Tires. I think he was on the mediums. I'm not sure. I'm going to see what he comes out on. Alright, nothing there, so we're not going to worry about it no more. Still open, looking at Russell as he comes out. I think there is a way to look at it, and that is exactly what we're going to do. Sainz, both of them falling all the way to the back of the pack. Russell coming out on the hards. Carlos Sainz, I'm thinking he's getting more done than just his tires. He's way back there. Alright, Carlos Sainz coming out on the hards. How do we see this? Is it over here? It is tire history. Carlos Sainz has boxed. So it was Russell on softs, and they were both on softs, and they both came back out on the hards. So it looks like that's what we are going to do as well. Go ahead and standardize both of their gas. I mean, I'm surprised they're only at 0.5 and 0.6. So pit stops. Do I want to put Hulkenberg in first? So if I'm not mistaken, this is the lap. And we will find out it is optimal. This is the lap. There we go. It's a lot of thought process, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Pull him in one lap early, and it did not work, so he's gonna box at the end of this lap, along with Kevin Magnussen. But I do believe they are spaced out just far enough for things to happen the way I want them to happen. So we will find out by the end of this. Going back to the intervals, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so I can see us staying in front of Carlos Sainz, maybe not so much George Russell, but I do see a lot of people, most likely, possibly, we're going to push until the end of this, actually. We are going to push till the end of this, see if we can get any. We saw that, Nico. I didn't see that. I don't know what he's talking about, so hopefully maybe one of y'all saw that, but I didn't see that. Nico Hulkenberg looking for the move on Valtteri Bottas. Bottas trying to close it out, but he's got the inside around. There he goes. Nico Hulkenberg up to P13. Magnussen in the pit lane. Where's Charles at? Charles is going to go ahead and get back past us. Where's Nick De Vries? Nick De Vries going to get back past us. We're going to go look at Hulkenberg. He's also in. So now we're just going to find out where these people come out at. I'm going to watch Magnussen. That's crazy. That is crazy. 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row we have problems with Kevin Magnussen. Nico Hulkenberg also having problems in the pit lane. This is not good. Guys, take the tire. Please, holy cow, dude. 12 flipping seconds in the pit lane. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Can we pop up the stuff so I can do what I gotta do? Thank you. What's up, Josh? How are you? How are you? Ridiculous, man. I'm so mad that this happened. Alright, P18, P17. I forgot Tsunoda and Piastri's out. Valtteri Bottas in the pit lane. Maybe we can get some spots back. But with spending almost 10 seconds on just tires in the pit lane, I don't know how possible that is. Magnussen, he's coming up, and Brown Bottas in the pit lane he goes. Bottas coming out, so Hulkenberg's not going to get his spot back because the pit crew forgot how to put tires on a flipping car. So that was fun. Good first stint, ruined by the pit crew. Jeez Louise, man. I just want to keep up the momentum we had, and it looks like Monaco, we lost it. because it's just going to continue over here in Barcelona. Jeez Louise. Flippin' pit crew, of all people, ruining such a good thing I had going. Such a good thing I had. I knew I shouldn't have let those, man. I knew I shouldn't have let them rest. Alright, so at one point we were 5 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz, and now we're 10 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. If we look at everybody who's taken their pit stops, it looks like everybody except for the people on the mediums, maybe Charles Leclerc and Verstappen have. Hamilton as well. Yes, there's actually quite a few people who have not pitted. Logan Sargent has it boxed. Maybe we can still get in front of Logan Sargent. It'd be a close one. It would be a close one if we were to get in front of Logan Sargent. I see that it's possible. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, well, I guess we're about to find out if we can get in front of Logan Sargent, because Logan Sargent's in the pit lane now, and here comes Kevin Magnussen looking to move up some more spots. Still have a whole nother pit stop to do, so I'm hoping my pit crew gets together with their fucking heads and like, hey, let's be better. Alright, coming around the turn, starting lap 22 comes Kevin Magnussen. Logan Sargent still in the pit lane, and up into P15 goes Kevin Magnussen. Things that we like to see. Things that we like to see. Right there. Right there. Just give it to me. Let me have this. Please. Anyway. And Nico Hulkenberg still P18, 8 seconds. My man Nico did so well catching up to everybody. He did so well. His driver confidence is very high. So like I'm happy for him. High for Kevin Magnussen. So I'm happy for both of them that their confidence is still high, that the pit crew didn't ruin that confidence. But holy cow, I've never been so mad at mother flipping a pit crew, man. Come on. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Is there a way to look at this? Reports? Nope. Sponsors. Oh, I did not reach Q3. I'm not going to get the fastest lap. I don't know why I did that. Events, tire history, lap history, standing. Oh, lap history. Car condition, track condition. Nope, it's not going to do it. Alright, I thought there was a way to look at it, but there's not. Unless I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I have a live version out so people can see the whole entire race if you're interested in the whole entire race. Otherwise, I am going to condense this down to maybe like 10 minutes. Because I do know that this is going to be a lot longer than 10 minutes. But yeah. What's up? Welcome. We're just randomly watching my team do absolute garbage. But we do have Kevin Magnussen up into P14 right now. 9 seconds behind Guan Yu Zhou. That's wild, bro. That's wild. But he's putting space in between everybody. Putting space in between everybody. Well, let's go watch somebody who's actually doing something this race. Max Verstappen here. P5, looking to get around Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly trying to hold on to P5, keeping the reigning Drivers' Championship champion behind him. He's trying to use Lance Stroll and Esteban Ocon to help him out. And if we're going to go and look at pit stops, Stroll, Ocon, Alonso, and Perez have yet to box. Neither has Pierre Gasly. So Max Verstappen really has nothing to worry about there. Just going to go back to the intervals. All right. And there goes Max Verstappen. Maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have picked a good team, get fired from them, and then go down to a worse team. Who knows? Who flippin' knows? Kevin Magnussen, who got around Valtteri Bottas. Bottas looking for a way around him. Looks like he's on that soft tire compound. We're going to go look at that. He is on that soft tire compound, but that's not going to last him long. I do know that. He's at 80% where we are closer to 90. I think it said we were at 87. We are at 87. Our tires being the best on the field at the moment. Lando Norris going into the pit lane. Valtteri Bottas making that inside turn on Kevin Magnussen. Ooh, a little dip off the road there. I know, I saw it too, my friend. I saw it too, but you got this. You're on the hard tire, he's on the soft tire, he's on a faster tire. It'll be okay. Right now you've got the DRS. I need you to use that to your advantage. Get in front of Lando Norris. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Lando Norris coming out of the pit lane now. Here comes Bottas and Magnussen, and well ahead of him he goes. Lando Norris behind Kevin Magnussen as Kevin Magnussen finds his way up into P14. Wow, who would have thunk? The most exciting part of this race so far is the daggum pit lanes. Flipping pit lanes, man. Jesus. Alright, so yes, I keep doing a lot of mic tests. Alexander Albon in the pit lane. Does not look like we're going to be able to get that one. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. It would be nice if we could. I was doing another one. Anytime I get like excited and my voice starts to, what's it called? Get louder, raise up. It cracks on my Blue Yeti, and I hate it. But so far, I haven't heard anything crack yet. So if y'all hear my mic crack on the live stream, let me know. Shit, I might stay with this mic. Who knows? Albon has pit stop issues, so thankfully it wasn't just us. And in front of Alexander Albon goes Kevin Magnussen. They were fighting at the beginning of the race, and it is now... Oh, that's going to be... Oh, no. I guess that was Nick DeVries I saw. Nick DeVries. Damn. Look at Nico Hulkenberg all the way back there, man. Golly, dude. My man's 9 seconds behind Alexander Albon. That's flipping wild. Another yellow flag out. I didn't see what happened. Is anybody moving? We got Lance Stroll in the pit lane. Albon locked up on turn number 7. Hulkenberg, is he going to be able to catch up to him? He does slightly. He is now almost a second and a half behind him with a lot of space in front of him. If we can just get in front of him and leave him in the dust, that would be fantastic stuff. A lot of stuff happening in my Facebook group. Magnussen up to P12 in front of Lando Norris and looking still behind Valtteri Bottas though. Bottas just leaving us in the dust there. I have another friend who does YouTube. He does Madden and other random stuff. I wish he has a computer though. I wish I had a computer. If I had a computer, I believe editing would be a lot easier. Whole lot easier, 100%. That's what I need to work for, a computer. Norris making gains on Kevin Magnussen here. Coming up to another yellow flag out there. That's a competitor spun out, but which one? Which one was it? Looks like
Yellow flag.
Albon. It was Albon again. Hulkenberg getting around him. Let's slow back and look at that one. See if we can see it in the replay. Here's Albon clipping the curb, and yep, into the gravel he goes. Couple of spins. I feel that, Albon. I say that every morning I wake up and go to work. We're not going to watch them. We're going to go back to the race. Hulkenberg up to P16 now that Guan Yu Zhou has boxed. And Albon spun out. Still 11 seconds behind Nick de Vries. But we're not going to push anything just yet. Norris getting in front of Kevin Magnussen. Norris probably on that medium tire. No, he's on the soft tire. These soft tires are going to be faster than this hard tire. But we are coming back on the softer compound at the end of the race. Hopefully to gain some of these spots back. If we can stay in front of Albon, I will be happy. If we can stay 15 or above, I personally will be happy. We got 3 people in the pits now. There's no shot at us catching and passing them. We make that 4 people in the pits now. Verstappen taking the lead here in Barcelona once again by almost 9 seconds. So nothing new there. If you come in here looking for hopefully another winner, it's not in this race. I'm still in Season 1 working on Haas, hoping to get Haas back up and into the lead couple seasons from now. Alonso having pit stop issues, so thankfully it's not just us. 100% thankfully it's not just us. Everybody coming out of the pits. Here comes Kevin Magnussen on the run on Lando Norris. DRS wide open, side by side, heading down into turn number 1. And it looks like he's up in front of him already with the inside turn on him. And yes, that is another, I can't really say another spot gained. We started in P11. So we do get a spot back going up to P12, making the pass there on Lando Norris. Hulkenberg 12.5 seconds behind Nick de Vries. And because he's so far back, that's so far back, there's no point, really. I'm going to just let him race his race, honestly. I'm just going to let him race his race. Because there's no point. There's like 36 laps left in this race, maybe 37. 37 laps, however you want to look at it. I just need this to, you know what I mean? Magnussen the only one with real shot here, as Bottas is almost 10.5 seconds behind Alonso. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. If you remember my first set of videos, there was a lot of races where the same 5 constructors were in the top 10, and that's what it is right now. That is exactly what it is right now. We have Magnussen trying to make a move here on Valtteri Bottas. Ooh, I might need to start helping him out in the DRS zones. I might need to. Is that Verstappen? Well, coming across, about to start lap 31. It is Verstappen looking to make his moves on the back side of the field. That you are, and I believe it. Here we come. We're coming up to a DRS zone, so we're going to wait. We're going to wait, and we're going to turn it on now. We're going to see what he can do. Speaking of, we're going to watch this in the visor cam. DRS is open. ERS is a thing, so now we're going to turn it off. Go back to neutral. As we come up to the other one, we're going to wait. Just wait a little bit. We're going to wait, because we don't want to use it here. We're going to turn it right back on, as this is a flat out turn. That it is. Alright, here we go. Lap 31 for Bottas and Magnussen. Magnussen looking at the inside, coming down to turn number 1. Side by side, wheel to wheel, into the braking zone. Out of the braking zone, Kevin Magnussen up back into P11 in front of Valtteri Bottas. And now we just got to hunt down Fernando Alonso, who's 13.5 seconds ahead of us. And looking at Nico Hulkenberg, 11.5 seconds behind Nick de Vries. Thanks to that pit crew, taking way too long on both of my guys. But hopefully now, everybody with those soft tires, they're going to start filling it. Bottas down them 48. Norris 72. Alonso, Ocon, everybody, almost everybody in front of us with the soft or medium compounds with their percentages lower than ours. We like to see that. We do like to see that. Let's look at... Oh, am I still... Ooh, that's not good. That is one way I usually tend to lose out on my races, by forgetting that I even turned on the ERS. So hopefully... we're still about even there. I was kind of hoping that maybe, possibly, his tires were doing better, but it doesn't look like they are. How do I do this? Yeah, it doesn't look like they're doing better. They're just doing about even. So, they're doing about projected. We are going to top up because I did mess up, and that's on me. So, unfortunately, hopefully he doesn't face the consequences of my mistakes. But... also, hopefully, something good happens. Hopefully, something good happens. Let's go back to the intervals. Alright, so we're topping up with Kevin Magnussen, who's almost a second ahead of Valtteri Bottas. And still about 15, a little less than 15 and a half seconds now. But still pretty close to that 15 and a half second range. I am hoping that my driver finds a way to catch up. I would like points. We missed out on points last week. I would like points this week. I would like to continue the trend. I would like to get points in more races than none. So hopefully we get something good going there. Another yellow flag. Race control. It's a virtual safety car. That is definitely going to help with that ERS. So let's go ahead and conserve literally everything. Conserve it. Crash involving multiple cars. Let's see who's involved. That looks like an Alpine, Aston. Is that Stroll? I think that's Stroll, but it's definitely Ocon and an Aston Martin wrecking each other down there in turn number 1. Yeah, we don't care about the other garages. We know everybody's freaking out. It is Lance Stroll and it's Esteban Ocon, both out of the race, putting Kevin Magnussen up into P9, into the points. That's what we needed. That is what we needed. Unfortunately, not good enough for a safety car. A safety car would have been fantastic right here. It would have definitely helped Nico Hulkenberg catch up to Nick De Vries, who is now above P15. And if you've seen my videos in the past, you definitely know that that's where I like my people to be, right there. The P15 and higher, especially in the first race. Whew, that is also going to give us some gas. So now that we have gas, we can push a little bit more. We might be able to push on our tires a little bit more. 18 seconds behind Fernando Alonso, though. Ooh, ew, ew. Was we 18 seconds behind Fernando Alonso before the virtual safety car? Like, we all got to go a certain speed, bro. Like, I'm just conserving it, bro. Like, I'm not going slower. Am I? Is that how that works? Someone please help me out. All right, let's skip forward. All right. Standard first. Push. Neutral. Standard, push, neutral. Almost 30 laps to go. We are in the points. We're in front of Bottas and Norris. Norris could be the one to knock us out of the points, but we need to get away. So hopefully pushing will help us do that on the gas, as we are now a second and a half. Oh, we're on that verge there. It did say second and a half, over a second, 9:58. So we're on the verge there. So hopefully we will be there shortly. Everybody in this little DRS train goes all the way down to Nick De Vries, which is very unfortunate for Nico Hulkenberg, who has left Alexander Albon in the dust like we wanted him to earlier. 30 laps to go. There's a chance. If my pit crew doesn't fuck me up again, there's a good chance. There's a great chance. We just need, okay, so Magnussen, we actually need you to get away from these cars behind you. We need you to break that train. We need you to break that train. Bottas is going into the pits. That's going to help us out. Norris is over a second behind us without DRS. Somehow Magnussen has DRS. There's another yellow flag. What's happening here?
Watch for a yellow there.
Definitely watch for the yellow. Guan Yu Zhou locks up. He's in the back though, so that doesn't bother us at all. As we are getting away from Lando Norris. We're going to use this for just a little bit to get away from him. Maybe if it keeps going the way it's going, I might wait for that 2-second mark. Just to get away from him. That's all I want to do. We look here, we are above, so we have space to work with. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, Magnussen. I want to see that plus 2 point whatever. Alright, 0.7. Are we still going? Went down. Come on, Magnussen. There we go. 0.8. Come on, Magnussen. Come on, Magnussen. You can do this. Okay, maybe he can't do this. So we're just gonna we've got time. He's a second and a half behind us. He doesn't have DRS. The cars behind him do, except for Nick DeVries. So it's just him and Logan Sargent. So hopefully we can stay in here and get these points. That's all I really want is these points, man. Oh, I'm just craving for points, man. I'm like, I'm scratching everything. I'm like, hey, man, let me get some points, please. You know what I mean? You know, I know what I mean. Max Verstappen, guys, look at that. 11.5 seconds ahead. Who saw that coming? Oh. Anyway, Charles Leclerc. He's I wouldn't say struggling, but definitely going to be a Red Bull podium today at the rate this is going. Everybody still has to stop at least one more time, except for Valtteri Bottas, who stopped earlier. I think he's trying to get that undercut. He probably came out on those hards. Hulkenberg, Bottas out on the hards. That he did. But hopefully we can stay in front of him long enough to do something. A lot of these cars are going to have to box before us. And then maybe Alonso making moves. We were behind him by 18 seconds. But now we're behind George Russell by 18 seconds. That's not fun at all. We are still on the hard tires. Everybody else on the softer compounds, whether it be soft or medium around us. I believe Lando is on the soft. He is. Only 2% lower than mine. Logan Sargent, however, he's on that 30%. I don't know about what. I think 29 is when you start to see a difference in your drivers. So hopefully he'll start to back off soon. Nick DeVries, 60%, is doing better than Nico Hulkenberg's, Magnussen, and Lando. So he should be probably catching up here soon, shortly. Let's see. I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to be holding out as long as they can, just like we are. Any action? Everybody is about a second away from everybody except for Logan Sargent, Lando Norris. But everybody else, I mean, Zhou Guan Yu also, or Guan Yu Zhou also catching up to Bottas there. He was under a second, unless Bottas just passed him. That could have been it. Bottas probably just passed him. But everybody else, Perez finally getting into striking distance of Charles Leclerc. We'll watch that as that happens. Norris still over a second. That's exactly where we need him to be, is over a second. I don't need my drivers to make any mistakes for the rest of this. I don't need my pit crew to make any mistakes through the rest of this. I just need this to be a clean, smooth race from here on out. Staying in front of Lando Norris, who's holding back Logan Sargent. I don't know if Logan Sargent's technically fast enough to get around Lando, and Lando just has great defense right now. But whatever helps is definitely going to help. I have the points. I'm trying to hold on to the points. This is it started off a nightmare, but turning into a dream. If we could get back on that streak of points, I'm telling you, man, things will be different. Different, I tell you. I need to stop clicking the one. I don't know if we saw this earlier, but I did this. I accidentally clicked fastest lap. I'm not getting that. I'm going to lose like 50,000 for that. Gotta stop. Gotta pay attention to what I'm hitting. Competitor pit. It's Logan Sargent. He is gone. He's going to stop fighting Lando Norris. Hopefully that means Lando Norris will not start fighting me. Hopefully. But only time will tell. We still have to pit ourselves. Hulkenberg does get in front of Logan Sargent in the pit lane. But Nico Hulkenberg still has to pit himself. So, I wouldn't expect too much out of him staying in front of Logan Sargent. I don't know. 8, 10. I don't see him staying in front of any of these people. Even Guan Yu Zhou is going to get in front of him. Has Guan Yu Zhou pitted twice? No, just Sargent and Bottas, who both probably should have came out on hards. Bottas, Sargent came out on the mediums. We'll see how that helps him out. How many people got lapped? I just saw it. All the way up to Valtteri Bottas. Bottas getting lapped by the leaders. Perez getting into second place. Maybe another Red Bull 1-2? Maybe. We'll see. We will see. Looks like a Red Bull back there behind Albon. Thankfully, Albon's about 5 seconds behind Nico Hulkenberg, who's still so far behind Nick DeVries, which is absolutely wild to me. Absolutely, man. That pit crew really messed him up. Really messed him up. Alright, what we got here? Kevin Magnussen. Norris catching up into that DRS range, so Magnussen's going to have to start defending here soon. Even though we do have him on rarely defend. Well, we got this. Oh, 57 minutes ago did I start this live stream, so give me 1 quick second. Alright, never mind. I'm just gonna copy, clip, paste from here, because apparently I don't have any storage to save any a clip an hour long for sure. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Lando Norris on the tail. Turn number 1 being a dangerous spot for cars so far. I don't know where Tsunoda and Piastri got knocked out at, but I do know Stroll and Ocon got knocked out at turn number 1. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen here, because that would just absolutely suck. 100%. 100. Oop. Apparently I don't know my password to get into my phone. There we go. Trying to see how much I have for the week. Alright. Just enough. Just enough. George Russell in the pit lane. So we are going to move up another spot before we have to box. Thank God. I would assume we're close enough to get in front of them. Not sure why I'm yawning. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. But here it is. George Russell coming down pit lane to the exit. But George Russell going to get passed by Magnussen and Lando Norris. Nick DeVries losing out on that stream that he had earlier. What's it called? The DRS stream? Yeah, he was losing out on that. Hulkenberg now 9 seconds behind Russell, which honestly probably won't do a lot. Russell in the Mercedes is probably a lot faster than the cars that are in front of him. And with time running down, and I'm going to have to watch the gas. I can't go over by a lot, but I'm going to have to watch the gas. That's just how life works. Got to watch the gas. Alright, so I know it says lap 44 up there, but we are not on lap 44. We're about to start lap 44. Another competitor pit stop. Was that Carlos Sainz? Is he still in there? Lando Norris in the pit lane. Carlos Sainz getting passed in the pit lane. Now I know a lot of these spots are going to get basically given back when we go to pit. Hopefully not every single one of them. But the higher we are, the better I feel. Hulkenberg getting past Lando Norris in the pit lane. Albon, Norris falling all the way back, so he's got a lot of fighting to do, and that was his last pit stop. Zhou Guanyu, I don't think is going to pass Lando Norris, not at all. There is a Red Bull there behind him. Overall, so far, even though I'm doing well in this race, the most exciting part about this race is the pit lanes, as we are going to watch Max Verstappen overtake and lap Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg gotta stay there so that he doesn't get passed by Alexander Albon. Does he get DRS off of Max Verstappen? He does, and that is going to help him out, stay in front of him down that little strip. However, we are not fast enough to stay with him for the next DRS. I can already tell you that much. But we shall see. Yellow light comes up. We're about to enter the pit window for Kevin Magnussen. Coming up here. I don't know why I'm yawning, bro. It's not 8 o'clock. Alexander Albon with the DRS looking up the inside on turn number 1. They got to be careful because this is the turn that's knocked out at least 2 of the 4 cars already. Alexander Albon going to get in front of Nico Hulkenberg up into P11. Hulkenberg down to P12. Yeah, I know. Well, no, we don't have to watch that replay. We already saw it, actually. What we need to do, though, is make sure this is balanced out because we can't lose gas. If we run out of gas, I'll be so mad. I'm not even going to lie. Alright, so Magnussen, did he just get passed by Carlos Sainz? He did get passed by Carlos Sainz, but still a good couple of seconds ahead of Nick De Vries. And we understand. You're doing great. Nick De Vries still has to box one more time. So there's a couple people in front of him. Gasly all the way up into P5. He's going to lose a couple of spots for sure. Alonso, Ocon is out. I don't think we're going to be able to beat Pierre Gasly. However, if we can just hold out just a little bit longer, we get some softs. Alright. That's 11 seconds? There's no way. Hold on. There's no way. Okay, so that's Verstappen. That's 11 seconds? I feel like that would be a lot longer than 11 seconds. That's just me. Alright, Hamilton in the pit lane, but I don't think it's anywhere where we could possibly get in front of him. I just don't see that being a thing. George Russell getting back in front of Nick De Vries. Nick De Vries holding down the points right now. Is it possible that Nick De Vries gets points this race? Is it possible? Yeah, nowhere near being able to get in front of Hamilton. Hamilton stayed in front of Carlos Sainz by like 13 seconds. Heavens above, bro. Chill out with the yawning. Alright, Max Verstappen back in the pit lane for his last time, which means all those people who got lapped are going to get that back. Bottas on the heels of Nico Hulkenberg. And is that Logan Sargent back there as well? It sure is. So here's some more excitement for my two drivers here. Well, one of my two drivers. As it is Nico Hulkenberg in danger of dropping all the way down to P14. Coming up shortly. Bottas and Sargent right behind him. These are things that we don't like to see. We definitely don't like to see our cars getting past. They're not slow. I promise you they're not slow. We're just... I feel like we're better in the turns. So on tracks where there's like a lot of turns, except for Monaco apparently, we're decent. Like we did decent in Bahrain. We did decent in Jeddah. We would have gotten double points in both if it wasn't for a penalty given to Nico in Bahrain, but we did get double points in Jeddah. We got points in, I believe it was Australia, the third race. Coming down to turn 1, DRS flap wide open for Valtteri Bottas. Looks like he's going to get this on Nico Hulkenberg, and he does before he even has to start his turning process. So Bottas back up into P12, Nico Hulkenberg down to P13. And George Russell now looking at the heels of Kevin Magnussen. Coming up into the DRS zone here shortly. Around the turn they go. Flap open for George Russell as he's looking at that outside. But it is going to be shut off by Kevin Magnussen, who, you know, he did what he had to do. You know, he defended it. He stayed in the middle. Didn't let him pass. Jesus. Yo, stop yawning, bro. Why are you yawning, bro? Damn, we have energy. Chill the out. Down the front straight, starting lap 49 on an optimal. And we are going to go ahead and pit because he's at 32. So we're going to go ahead and call him in. We are going to go ahead and call him in. He can either stop on this lap or the next lap, and we will see how that works.
Okay, Ken.
But around George Russell goes. Here comes Kevin Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen does pit this lap.
Pit lane.
So there will be no...
Understood.
If they do mess up, it won't be back-to-back. It won't mess them up completely. Because Nico Hulkenberg got the worst end of that deal 100% on that last pit stop. And let's see if it happens again. Off. On. Alright, 2.7. That is what we like to see. Out goes Nico Hulkenberg. Will he beat Guan Yu Zhou out? It looks like... I thought that was Guan Yu Zhou that passed him, but no. Guan Yu Zhou... 21 seconds? 18? 11? 11 seconds behind. And his confidence has gone way down, and I don't blame him. Low confidence for Nico Hulkenberg. Like I said, I do not blame him. Here comes Kevin Magnussen.
Okay, understood.
Last time Kevin Magnussen had pit stop issues. Messed him up completely. And we're going to hope that that does not happen here. Team is ready for him. Somebody else is coming in after us. It's Alexander Albon. 2.7. That's what we like to see. If we would have had that earlier and this time, bro, we would have been way better off. Way better off. Down into P12 behind Valtteri Bottas goes Kevin Magnussen. But he is in striking distance, especially before the end of the race. They go only about 5 seconds on fresh softs, too. Homie, I'm telling you, a lot of things can happen here. So, tires, Bottas, 63% hards. We should definitely catch up to him. Nico Hulkenberg, is there a chance he gets in front of Alexander Albon? No. No, there is not. So, looking at tires. Whoa. Looking at tires. Can we go over here? Thank you. We got Magnussen, 98% soft, 63%, 82%, 65%. So maybe back up into P9 for Kevin Magnussen by the end of this race. As we go, we're going to go back to intervals, 4.5 seconds. So we are catching Bottas at a good rate, a very good rate, if I do say so myself. Hopefully for Kevin Magnussen, we can get this. We can get this, hopefully. $15 laps to go for Kevin Magnussen. No, 16 for Kevin Magnussen, because there's the leader right there behind us. It's definitely 16 for us. A lot of work to do. Nico Hulkenberg. We're already down to under 3.5 seconds behind Bottas for Kevin Magnussen. Over here, under 2.5 seconds to Albon. But there's a lot of track to get up if we want to get P13 with Nico Hulkenberg. And I just don't think he has the muscle to do it in such little time. If I'm not mistaken, he is lapped. So he's not even on the same lap that Kevin Magnussen's on yet. Well, actually, he might be. I don't know how this works. Math is not mathing in my head, I can tell you that much. So Hulkenberg, another competitor, has spun. Please tell me it was not Joe Guan Yu.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
It's Perez, but Perez is way up there, so that's not really going to help us at all. It's not going to help us at all. Perez drops down to 4th, putting Hamilton on the podium. But there is time, because it looks like Perez has regained himself, and he's under a second behind Hamilton. So we'll see how that one turns out. We're going to go back and look at Magnussen, who's now almost a second and a half behind Valtteri Bottas. But it's not Bottas he needs to pass. It is Logan Sargent that he needs to pass for the points. Underneath a second to Bottas. DRS flap wide open. Running him down, trying his best not to get lapped by Max Verstappen. Verstappen could slow us down by trying to get around us, because we do have to slow down for him at that point. But I'm hoping we can just stay in front, get in front of Bottas, get away from Bottas before that has to happen. We need to get as close as possible to Logan Sargent before it happens, and around Valtteri Bottas into P11 before turn 1. Still racing down to turn 1. Looks like they're side by side, but it's Magnussen who has that spot now. P11 for Kevin Magnussen. Only 4.5 seconds to Logan Sargent with about 10 laps to go. I think we can do it. We might be able to get P9. I'm shooting for P10, but we might be able to get P9, buddy. Let's go. Around goes Max Verstappen, so that is going to slow us down. But if we can stay with Max, like at all, that would be helpful. Magnussen is better than Nico Hulkenberg in the game. So maybe with another yellow flag, I'm praying safety car, but it is a virtual safety car. I'm not. I'll conserve tires.
Oh, what's happened there with Nick de Vries?
It was Nick de Vries, too. Nick de Vries, that'll help out Nico Hulkenberg. What did happen here? Is that Bottas? No way he knocked out Bottas. No way he knocked out Bottas.
That is for sure.
Yo, is that the one message that's been in there forever that just now popped up? That's wild. Wild. Alright, so it was Bottas. That is going to move Hulkenberg all the way up to P13. That's crazy. It's going to move him up a lot. So yeah, we're not going to conserve on gas because we don't want to be heavy. Now, I do know that it's going to already because they're going slower, but I don't want to conserve. So, let's speed this up to the end of the VSC and hope that we get closer to Logan Sargent by the end of it. I mean, not by the end of it because you can't, but standard, push. Alright, let's go. Let's go. How many laps we got left? It's lap 56 for the leaders, which means it's lap 55 for us. Here comes Max Verstappen. He's going to do 10 laps, so it's 11 for us, but because we're behind him, it's 10. So we have 10 laps to get in front of Logan Sargent for points. If we can stay right here behind Max Verstappen, we can get in front of Logan Sargent by the end of it. Nico Hulkenberg, 5 seconds behind Albon, so that's not going to help nobody. That's just not going to help nobody. Logan Sargent fighting to stay with Lando Norris, and I'm hoping he can. Because if he can stay with Lando Norris and we can catch up to him, maybe there's still a chance for P9. Only 10 laps to go to do this, though. Do we still have DRS on Max Verstappen? Because that would be fantastic. If we still have, and we do still have DRS on Max Verstappen, which says a lot, actually. That says that we can keep up with Max Verstappen, because he had this entire thing to go away. Now his tires, about 10% lower than ours. I really don't know how much of a difference that makes, but we're going to go ahead and deploy this. I don't think we have DRS here. I would be ultimately surprised if we do, but we don't. We need to catch up. We need to get up there. That is all we need to do. Hulkenberg has no shot unless something happens to Albon. But right now, Hulkenberg has no shot. Turn that back, because we still have so many laps to go. We can't use it all. I would love to, but we can't. And there goes Logan Sargent. He is behind Max Verstappen, so he's already had to slow down. Now all we got to do is get in front of Logan Sargent. With a DRS spot coming up, and we have the DRS, we're going to get ready to get into the points. Ladies and gentlemen, points in every race except for Monaco, which was last week, and points coming up this week. If we can get in front of Logan Sargent here, it's not going to happen right there. I wanted to use, I might not have to use, I wanted to use ERS there, but such a small spot. I want to use it on the straight more than anything else. As we come around here, the next turns are flat out.
Mode push, please.
At least they are for me in the other game, but we'll see. There it is. DRS open, ERS activated, looking for the inside, coming down to turn number 1. Side by side, going into the braking zone, and in the inside. Front wing still connected to our back wheels. But Magnussen is going to pull out in P10, putting Haas in the points once again, as long as he can hold on to it. If you know my luck, we have been in good situations before and lost it. So far, not really this season. Monaco was our worst race, but we're bouncing back this race with points right in front of us, and we are very close to being inside the DRS range of Lando Norris. More points, the better. If we can get 2 points, I don't know how many points 6th place gets, but right now Gasly is going to beat us out on the points. But if we can get 2 more points, we might be able to stay in front of Alpine for at least another week. I need to turn that off. I forgot it was on. I need to stop doing that. That is a fact. Even if it did help us catch up to Lando Norris, I need to stop doing that. But here we go. I'm going to turn it back on. Probably should have just left it on at that rate. Honestly. Here we go. Down the main straight. Lap 60 started for us since we all been lapped now. It doesn't look like it, but look, going down into turn number 1, it's not going to happen right there. It might happen later on in the lap, but it's not going to happen in the DRS zone. But we are closer. We are 2/10 behind Lando Norris going into lap 60. Right behind him. 6 laps to go. 5, probably 7 laps actually. 7 laps to go. I know Lando Norris is feeling the pressure, wanting to do something good for McLaren, but it's not looking like it's going to happen today. Not for him, not for Oscar Piastri. If we can push him back, he'll still get points. We know this. We're working on it. Chill out. Chill out, Magnussen. Golly. DRS flap open. Looking for that outside. Can he get beside him? It looks like he's got beside him around the outside. Lando Norris on the inside. Around this long, slow turn it goes. On the inside now for this next one. And it is Kevin Magnussen up into P9 now for the Haas. Oh! More points the merrier. That is 2 points right now for the Haas team as they look to hold on to their 6th position in the constructor standings. However, Lando Norris with the DRS looking to come back. He lost his position right before the DRS detecting line down into turn 1, and it is Kevin Magnussen still with P9 under his belt. Let's go. Let's go. Only like 5 more laps to go. Maybe 6. I forget how the math works. I'm not gonna lie. I know they count the lap they're on, so it's probably 6. However, we are P9, and we are looking to get out of that DRS range of Lando Norris, who technically has worse tires than we do. He's on a slower compound than we are on, but I do know that my compound wears out faster than his. A yellow flag is out. What for? A competitor locked up. Russell, please? No. Logan Sargent locked up down there at P11, but it looks like he is back on the track. Going to take a look at him. Yes, he is back on the track in front of Alexander Albon. He is beating out his teammate. Alexander Albon was not expecting this kind of race today. We will definitely have to have a look at the standings and everything after this to see how the other teams are competing against each other, which we will do. 6 laps to go. P9 is definitely ours as we are almost 2 seconds ahead of Lando Norris. Going down into turn 1 here on lap 62. Six laps left, 50%, almost 50%. I don't know what pushing would do. Would it put me way under? I don't think it matters because it's not like we're pushing for points, so I think I'm just going to let him do him right now. However, Magnussen is fighting for points. However, I don't see him getting P8.
5 laps to go.
I don't see him getting P8. Is it really 5 laps? 63, 64, 65, 66. It's only 4 laps because we have been lapped. So it's only 4 laps. If we weren't lapped, yeah, it would be 5 laps. But because we are technically on 62, but we're not going to be able to complete all 66 because we have been lapped. Another yellow flag. Who was it? They're going to tell us. Gasly running wide. Pierre Gasly up in P7. However, I'm most positive he is back on the track. Oh my Jesus. Yeah, we're not catching him. We're not catching. Well, I mean, we're already 16 seconds behind Russell. There's absolutely no way. There's no way. However, you know, that is a good estimate there. 3 laps to go. Yeah, we're not making it.
Push, no push. Yep.
Just go.
Concentrate on clean laps.
Just drive. See what you can do. Alright, don't just drive. Bro, what the flip were you doing? Don't stop. Drive. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. We just lost out to Lando Norris because we locked up there on turn number 1. I don't know what he was thinking or what he was doing that brings this. Oh no, I can't push. I can't push no more because it brought him down to 39. Holy cow, oh my gosh. We still got points, but bro, we were there. We had it. What happened? How can you lock up like that? How can you lock up like that? Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, top up. Just top up. Top up. We need you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guan Yu Zhou running wide on turn 14, but that is not what helps us. Lando Norris back in front of us by almost 4 seconds. We're down at 35% tire wear. This is not good. This is not good. You're not getting points. I changed my mind. You're not getting points. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Oh my goodness. What the hell? What are you doing? Holy cow. I'm just hoping you still have enough speed to catch up to Lando Norris by the end of this. We had it. We had it. It was in the bag. It was in the bag. 3.5. What do you got? What do you got? $3.6? You ain't got this. You don't got this. Holy cow, bro. We had points in the bag, and now they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. No, my bad. My bad. We still have points. Good job, Kevin Magnussen, for the stuff that you have done, but how can you log up, bro? We had P9. We had P9, and now we don't. It's gone. That's wild. Now he has me scared. He literally has me scared at every flippin'. I got to attack. There's. I don't have to attack. I want to attack, which is probably stupid. We got 10th. We're hold position. Hold position. Just hold position, bro. Don't lose out to Alexander Albon, please.
Starting the last time lap.
This is wild, bro. We had it. We had it. I can't really be mad because we're still bouncing back. We're getting points, but we had it. We had it in the bag, bro. P9. P9. Wild, bro. Wild. Anyway. We haven't done this in a while. There's no close fights. We're going to watch as the leaders come across. Here comes Max Verstappen completing the last turn of the race, and another Grand Prix under his belt. Max Verstappen wins here in Barcelona. I don't know who's next. I don't know who's all been lapped. It looks like it's Lando Norris. Lando Norris, he's coming around, finishing the last turn that he's going to do. Lando Norris P9. Kevin Magnussen P10. Here comes Leclerc. Here comes Hamilton. Hamilton finishing out your podium with the fastest lap so far. Is that Hulkenberg getting passed by Sergio Perez? So it doesn't matter, but Hulkenberg finishing out. Carlos Sainz getting 5th place here at Barcelona with Alonso right behind him. Pierre Gasly coming in. Here comes George Russell behind Zhou Guan Yu. However, Zhou Guan Yu will be getting this win. Well, not win, but he'll be crossing the line first. George Russell. Zhou Guan Yu, the last two to cross the line. George Russell getting P8 though. There goes Zhou Guan Yu getting 14th. P8 goes to Russell with 15th all the way down to 20th out of the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drivers not completing this race today.
A great drive today from Max Verstappen.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
And you'd love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
A third win of the season has to leave them and the team feeling confident.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. Now, Karun, I'd be really keen to know, how do you think the Haas team will be reflecting on today's result?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
For the next round, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
Alright, that is the race here in Barcelona today. Your podium is Max, Charles, and Lewis. The rest of your point winners, Sergio, Carlos, Fernando, Pierre Gasly, George Russell, Lando Norris getting P9 today, and Kevin Magnussen. Moving on to the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen with 156 leads the championship, but Charles Leclerc behind him with 148. Carlos Sainz with 112. That is your top 3. Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell. Kevin Magnussen remains P9 for now with 21 points, ahead of Pierre Gasly, who has 14 points. But Pierre Gasly doing good with his Alpine. He is catching up. Esteban Ocon P11, Nico Hulkenberg with 6 points down there in P12, in front of Alexander Albon, who has 2. Lando Norris, who just got his first 2 points of the season. Yuki Tsunoda with 1. And then everybody else with 0. On to the constructor standings, we have Red Bull up top with 265, only 5 points ahead of Ferrari. Oh, actually, Red Bull just took the lead in the constructors today, as Ferrari moves down to second. Aston Martin 175, Mercedes, Alpine. Alpine does get the pass today. It is tied for tied for 5th place, 27 apiece. Williams with 2 points, McLaren with 2 points, AlphaTauri with 1 point, Alfa Romeo still yet to get a point. So there is time. There is time for everybody to get a point in the standings here. This is pit stops. We don't care about. Don't care about that either. Flourish, does she get any points? I don't know. Anyway. Practice P8, qualifying 11th, race 10th. Practice P19, qualified 13, race finish 13. Not bad. And we lost. We lost money this week. That's probably because of the emergency stuff that we had to do, but we did lose money. At the end of the week, we have a 23 mil in the bank. We have a couple of things missing over here. Inspection. I hate inspection fails, bro. I hate it. I do. I hate it. So looking over here, no researches right now, but we do have some side pods being done. That is taking forever. No, this one's taking forever. 42 days to do 6 of them. How many side pods do we have? We don't have any side pods. We have 1 side pod left, bro. We don't got any. We need suspensions. We need chassis, we need front wings, and side pods. And I just don't have the people to do it. And I need to get the people to do it. We have this carport, yeah. So anyway, Canada up next. Next time I do this, I think I'm going to stick to the live races. And then I'm going to probably, if I can find an easy way to do this, cut them up into shorter bits. So I need to start doing better at the intros at the beginning of the live stream and the outros at the end of the live stream. However, if you did watch this entire thing, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button if you liked it, only if you liked it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, because I will be doing more, because I love this game. I absolutely love this game. Anyway, if you didn't catch this live, you should definitely come by and watch this live. That way, I don't know, I feel like it'd be more fun for not only me, but you as well. Then again, I can understand why you didn't. So, anyway, hit that follow button or subscribe button if you can't wait to see some more. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.